Okay, Keith, can you confirm your full name and that you're happy for me to broadcast this recorded interview on YouTube to any interested parties?
Yeah, my name is Keith Aldworth and I can confirm I'm happy for you to broadcast it.
That's great. Okay, Keith, thanks for coming in, and if you can just confirm that you're looking at the position of estimator.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, brilliant. Now, Keith, just wanted to run through your CV with you briefly here. It's going to last about 5 or 6 minutes. Okay, right. Just have a general chat about your experience, what you've done in recent years, a little chat about my client, and also just a quick talk about what you do outside of work and you know, the man behind the CV.
Yeah, fine.
So you're currently resident in Kings Kerswell, New Abbott?
That's right, yeah.
And how long have you been there, Keith?
In about 5 years.
Okay. Now I can see from your CV you've got a number of years experience in construction. Really wanted to kind of kick off from one of the more relevant areas, which would have been with Cavanagh Homes in Torquay. Do you just want to talk me through what you did with them and get a flavour for that?
Yeah, I started off with Cavanagh Homes as a building surveyor and buyer, which basically involved all the procurement for the house building side of the company. Eventually that position progressed to being QS and then leading into construction manager, which was responsible for the production of up to about 125 units a year at the peak at the time.
Okay, that's great. And you did just over 10 years with Cavanagh?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And working your way through the business, I see. Yeah, that's great. I moved on after Cavanagh to Hannon Young in Teignmouth.
That's right, yeah.
A senior buyer surveyor. Tell me a bit about that and what you got up to with them.
Hannon Young, they are a regional contractor split into civil engineering side and construction side. The construction side specialised in design and build, and my role with the company there was basically doing the estimating for the design and build, formulating the technical specs and almost in a sense being design and build type coordinator. I also ran the purchasing department and had 2 assistant buyers working beneath me. And that was ranging from projects from extensions, private houses, schools, school extensions, apartment blocks, across the board really.
Okay, fine. And 5 years with them?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, that's good. And then moving on, a couple of roles here. Thermatech,
yeah.
Timber Structures, Senior Estimator, Quantity Surveyor. What did you get up to with Thermatech?
Basically, Thermatech were a timber frame manufacturing company based in St Austell, and I went there to basically take over the estimating and set up the commercial QSing side. But the company was a little bit unstable, so I decided to move on from there.
Yeah. To McCarthy and Stone in Exeter. QS on there.
Yeah.
Give me an outline of what you were doing with them.
Basically, the full QS function together with the full procurement of or cooling down of materials for 2 large projects, apartments varying from 16 in number to sort of like 52. I was only there just over a year because I was basically headhunted by True Homes to go and join them to expand their timber frame side and take over the estimating and set up the QSing side. Yeah,
you went in as a senior estimator there. Tell us about how that panned out and what the key pieces of work you did.
Basically, it was using their own estimating package to price everything from, again, one-off houses, which was probably their forte, to housing estates, to schools, to all aspects of different types of construction, really.
And you enjoyed that role?
I did enjoy that role. yet, and I was hoping it would expand and develop.
So explain, you know, the current situation and what leads you to be sitting here today. And
unfortunately, the company basically it expanded too big prior to the recession. Has taken now a serious hit financially in the recession, and cash flow has basically crippled it, and the MD has had to make some serious decisions, and unfortunately, because he always used to do the estimating, that was a role that he could take back, and he's had to put other people into other roles to basically make savings to try and keep the company buoyant until such time as things pick up again.
Yeah. So as of today, 2nd of November, where do you find yourself in terms of, you know, your current situation and your availability for employment?
At the moment, I'm on a redundancy notice, and there's about another 2 to 3 weeks to run on that, so I would be available after that period, obviously.
Okay. And, you know, obviously these things, it hasn't happened over a long period, but have you had a chance to have a think about, you know, the future and where you'd like to see yourself, or any ideas about what, you know, what the next sort of step would be for you?
Well, obviously, I'd like to join a progressive company that has got some financial stability and is looking to grow, and to join a company that can use my what I consider to be fairly extensive experience and knowledge.
Okay, that's great. Sort of in the same vein, really, you got a chance to blow your own trumpet. What about your strengths? Where would you say your strengths lay in terms of what you do?
Well, obviously, I've got a lot of experience in the construction industry across the whole spectrum. I consider myself to be a good team player. I pay a great deal of attention to detail, and I'm a very loyal and consistent worker.
Okay, that's great. That's a really nice snapshot actually of you and you know, professionally. That's brilliant. Tell us a little bit about the man behind the CV and what you get up to outside of work then, Keith. I've got it in front of me. Go on.
Well, basically, I haven't got a particularly complicated life outside work. I have 2 dogs. I enjoy dog walking, DIY, socialising, things like that. And I used to be a fairly keen squash player and golfer. The squash is now taking a bit of a knock on the head due to my age and my knee, and I'm looking to maybe try and get on the golf course a little bit more often.
Nothing wrong with that at all. All right. Thanks ever so much for that snapshot, Keith, and best of luck with your attempts to get back on board.
Okay, you're welcome, Simon.